Fine and safe. Students, I am your English teacher and my name is Miss Ujala. Talking about today's lesson, my dear students, I am here with your second lesson of the week, and today we are going to work on workbook, on Oxford Discover workbook. And if you've seen these workbooks, if you've gone through these workbooks, you must have noticed that there are many vocabulary exercises and comprehensions given in it. And I must tell you that these exercises and comprehensions are really very interesting and you are going to enjoy doing them. Okay? So as you all know that we are studying Unit 5, 3 poets, and before starting today's lesson, we are just quickly going to have a revision of what we studied in our student book, Unit 5, and we've studied that people write poems to share what they see and feel. We've studied that the reason behind people writing poems is that they want to share what they see and what they are feeling in form of their poetry. And we also studied about the three famous poets, Michael Rosen, Robert Louis Stevenson, and Aileen Fisher. We've studied that what they loved and how they used to write, what they used to write about. So is it all recalled? Very good. All right. So students, by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to identify different types of insects, as you'll see in some time that in your workbook there are exercises about insects, and you are also going to learn how to write a poem. Okay, so these are the two objectives of today's lesson. Before starting our lesson, I have this small activity for your small brains, because exercising your brains is also very important, and warm-up activities are actually exercises for your brains. So today's warm-up activity for you is that what do you know about poems? You are going to take some time and think that what do you know about poems. As we've already studied in Unit 5 something about poems, and you should also think of something new. So just take a few seconds or few minutes and think that what do you know about poems. Done? Very good. So now let's see what we should have learned about poems, or what we should know about poems. As here I have the key of your warm-up activity. My dear students, people write poems to share what they see and feel. We know this point. We know this about poems, that people write poems to share what they see and feel. Secondly, poems can be written in all languages. As we all know that there are many languages in the world, and every country has its own language. So it means that poem can be written in all languages. You must have learned some Urdu poems when you were young in your junior classes. Remember some Urdu poems? And you also must have learned English poems also. And if you know any other language like Pashto or Sindhi or any other language, you must have read some poems in those languages also. So it means that poems can be written in all languages. And lastly, poems can be funny. Students, there are many poems which are funny also. It's not necessary that poems have to be on a senior serious topic. They can be funny also. Alright, so after having this small discussion, now it's time to start our today's task, to start our today's lesson. So for that purpose, students, I am on page number 40 of your workbook. What you are going to do is, my lovely students, that open up your workbook and open up page number 40. Done? Great. Now first thing that we do is we write date and day. On the top of the page, write date on the left side and day on the right side of the page, and underline it with blue color using your scales. Done? Wow, very good. I love you all. So I'm starting off with today's lesson. Let's discuss these exercises. I am on page number 40, students. which says Unit 5, Get Ready. Words, exercise A. Match. Students, this exercise is about matching. You are going to match the given names of insects, animals, and the dry fruits with this picture, as they've done the first one for you. The first name written is ladybug. They have matched it with its picture. Then you are going to find out the picture of cricket from the pictures given on the right side of the page and match it. Then similarly you'll do for grasshopper, beetle, katydid, bee, butterfly, thicket, kangaroo, and raisins. Do for all these things. Here I want to tell you that out of all these 10 names, students, thicket is not an insect, it is not an animal. Actually, thicket is a group of dense trees or bushes, a place where you can find many trees and many bushes in a small area, okay? And kangaroo is an animal and raisins are dry fruits, okay? So keep this in mind. Now let's discuss what we have on the right side of the page. As you can see, left side of the page, there is a big question in this circle which says, why do people write poems? So what you are going to do is, you are going to take some time, think about this question, and then write the answers or for the two questions given under this circle. The first one says, what do you know? Over here you are going to write that what do you know? Why people write poems? What do you know about this question? Do you know the reason of people writing poems? And in the second one you are going to write, what do you want to know? If there is anything you want to know about people writing poems, that or the reason why do they write poems, you can write it here. So this is how you are going to solve this part of page 38. Alright. Okay. So students, now coming to page number 41. Here I have exercise B for you, which says check, in the bracket there is a tick, the correct word. Then match each sentence with the picture. What you are going to do is, you are going to first read all the sentences and tick the correct answer from the three options given for every sentence, and then match each sentence with the picture of the answer that you are going to choose. For example, they have done the first one for you. The sentence here, first one says, a dash is red with black spots. The options given for you are grasshopper, ladybug, or bee. So you know that a ladybug is an insect which is red and has black spots. You are going to mark a tick here and match it with the picture. You are going to do this for the rest of the three sentences also, but I am going to read them for you once. Number 2, a dash has beautiful colorful wings. A, butterfly, B, katydid, or C, raisin. Number 3, a dash has hard wings like shells. What has hard wings like shells? Kangaroo, beetle, or grasshopper. Number 4, a dash had lots of bushes and small trees. Katydid, cricket, or thicket. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. Exercise C. At the bottom of the page we have exercise C, which says write the words in graphic organizer. Here they have given you 3 graphic organizers, as you can see, and they have in the center of the organizers they have written some actions which some insects do. What you are going to do is, you are going to find out that which insects fly, hop, or make noise, and write their names here. You can take help from the vocabulary words or the names given on page number 40 or in your book, okay, and fill these graphic organizers. Alright, students, make sure that you are using scales while doing matching and you are writing in a very neat handwriting while you are doing it, okay. Alright, so now here I am on page number 42, which is your comprehension passage. Let's read. A. Read the information. What kind of poem you will learn to write? This question is about the passage given on this page. They are asking you that what kind of poem you will learn today. So you are going to write the answer that whatever kind of poem you are going to learn to write today. B says, read the information again. What is the theme of this selection? Remember, the theme is what a selection is about. We are going to read this passage and we are going to see that what this passage is written about. Okay, so let's start our reading. How to write a funny poem. So here we are going to learn that how can we write a funny poem. Let's read. I'll read it for you, then before doing your work you are going to read it 2 times. Okay, all you need to write a poem is a pencil and a piece of paper, and you'll need a little imagination too. Here's how to begin. So these are the basic essential which you need. Obviously a pen, a paper, and of course some thinking quality also, some imaginative, some creative thoughts also. The first step is choose a topic. So the first step, if you want to write a poem, or let's say anything, we are talking about poem here, but the first step for to write anything is to choose a topic. Look around you and choose something you see. If you're inside, you can choose your little brother, the kitten, or something in your bedroom. If you're outside, you can probably see trees, plants, and insects. So these are the topics which you can choose. If you're in your home, you can choose your brother, your sister, your mother, father, your bedroom, whatever you want to write about. And if you're not at your home, you're outside, you can choose trees, you can choose nature, you can choose sun, you can choose the weather, you can choose to write about people, whatever you want to write. But the basic step, the first step is to choose a topic for the poem. Then the second step is make the last words rhyme. Students, if you've read some poems and if you remember, the last word or every sentence have the same sound. They are rhyming. So make sure that you should try to make every sentence rhyme. Okay, 2 words rhyme when they end with the same sound. So rhyme means that writing the words which have the same sound. To find a rhyming word, say the word yourself, then add new sounds at the beginning of the word. Think about each letter of the alphabet. Now all lines have to rhyme. You can rhyme the last word of every line. Okay, so what you are going to do is, for example, if I am writing about a tree, I want to find a rhyming word for tree. I'll match it with every alphabet. With A, like Ari, is there any word? Bree, Cree, Dree, Free. There is a word free. Maybe I can use it in my poem about trees. So this is how you are going to find your rhyming words. Then number 3, make it funny. You can use funny words or opposites. You can exaggerate, or you can write a surprise ending. You can make your poem funny. How can you make poem? You can use different funny words and different opposite words, very unusual words, and you can expand your topic to another level of your imagination, or you can give a very surprise ending which is not related to the topic at all. So it will become very funny. Okay, now here's a funny poem about insects. I am on the right side. I am reading from under the picture. Here is a funny poem about insects. It includes lots of insects, and it has 2 sets of rhyming words and a surprise ending. Now let's see this small poem which is written in a box. The topic is a grasshopper landed. So basically this poem here is about a grasshopper. The topic is telling us that this poem is about a grasshopper. Let's read and see what we have. Grasshopper, ladybug, cricket. Grasshopper, katydid, bee. I was sitting in the grass in the thicket. So now you can see that the word thicket and cricket are rhyming. They have the same sound. When a grasshopper landed on me. Landed means when the grasshopper jumped on me. So this is a very small poem about a grasshopper, and I did not actually know that in the end the grasshopper will jump on the writer. I think it's really very funny. So this is how you can write a poem. It's not necessary that poem has to be very long, or it should be of 2 pages or 3 pages or 1 page. You can write a few lines and you can name them accordingly. Okay, so this was all that you had in this passage. Now I am on page number 43, which are your comprehension questions. Let's quickly discuss. With page number 43 says understand comprehension. A. Why is the surprise ending funny? Now they are asking you that, as you've read in the passage, that surprise endings are funny. So why are they funny? Students, let me discuss it for you, because maybe you'll need a small discussion before answering. Beta, surprise endings are funny because they have something which you will not think about will happen. So that is why they are funny. You don't know what you're going to happen, what is going to happen. You cannot think that this will happen, that this is something very unusual, very out of the way. So that is why surprise endings are funny. Okay. Now exercise B says answer the questions. Number 1, what is this poem about? On page number 42, you have read a small poem. You are going to write that what this poem is about. Number 2, where is the rhyme in the poem? You are going to write that where is the rhyme in the poem, what is rhyming in the poem. Number 3, write the rhyming words in this poem. You are going to write the rhyming words over here. Okay. So these are all the 3 questions that you are going to do. You are going to write the answers on this page in these lines, and if you think these lines are not enough, you are going to use a scale and blue color, and you can draw an extra line for your help. Now let's discuss exercise C, words in the context. Read and write. Now they have given you some words in this box. Escaping means to run away. Insects, leaping means jumping or moving, and shooting stars are basically the stars which we say like Tuta Tara. These are the shooting stars. Okay. So number 1, we are going to fill in the blanks and choose the answers from this box. Number 1, grasshoppers, beetles and katydids are dash. What are they? They are escaping, insects, leaping, shooting stars. What are they? Number 2, in the summer you can see a lot of dash in the sky. What we see in the sky in summers? Escaping, insects, leaping, shooting stars. A dash is a kangaroo. Number 3, a kangaroo is dash in the air. What will a kangaroo do in the air? You will choose the correct answer from the box and then write it. Number 4, an elephant is dash from the zoo. What the elephant will do in the zoo, from the zoo. Okay. So these were the tasks for today. What we had to do today from your workbook. Now here I have your tasks. What you are going to do now, you're on your own. Number 1 is do page 40 and 41 on your workbook, which we have already discussed. Number 2, read the passage given on page number 42. We have already read it together. We are going to read it 2 times again and then number 3, solve the exercises given on page number 43. Read the passage very carefully and then do the exercise given on page number 43. Alright. So now, my dear students, apart from today's lesson, here I have a few rules for your workbook maintenance which are very important. First of all, make sure that you're going to follow these rules. You're going to write date and day on every page. Every page that we do, you are going to write date and day, alright? And then underline date and day with blue color. You're going to always underline date and day with blue color when we are working on this workbook. And you are going to use scales. Then it is very important that you should keep your workbook covered and in a good condition throughout the term. Make sure that your workbooks are covered and they are taken care of, they are looked after. You should handle your workbook politely, all your books in fact, okay? And last but not the least, write in beautiful and neat handwriting. I'm repeating, use your scales for matching or underlining. Don't draw freehand lines or don't underline with free hands. It doesn't look nice. Now let's quickly revise that what we learned today. My dear students, the basic thing that we learned today was that how can we write a funny poem. So this was the basic thing that we have learned today. With this, our today's lesson has come to its end, and it's me, your English teacher, signing off for today. Until I see you next time, Allah Hafiz, take care.